So, is the U.S. Supreme Court about to abort abortion rights? Hi, I'm Scoot. Welcome to the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel. I invite you to become a subscriber. It's free, and we'll give you a notice every time we post something. So, the bomb was dropped yesterday, and it caught a lot of people by surprise. First of all, it's unprecedented. It's never happened that this opinion draft from the Supreme Court has been leaked before they make a decision. The decision is supposed to come in June or July. So who leaked it? Was it a conservative trying to just rally up the conservative troops saying, look what we did, look what we're doing, we're going to overturn Roe v. Wade? Or was it a liberal on the court who said, I want to warn the American people about what's coming? This whole thing could work against the Republicans because as the midterms approach, and then we start thinking about the 2024 election, there will be people who will be concerned that Republicans are taking away their rights. And that is a smart strategy for the Democrats, who really don't seem to have any strategy whatsoever. The majority of the country, according to polls, the majority of Americans support abortion rights. So Republicans will make a mistake if they go against that, but they will do anything to appease their base, which is small. The conservative right-wing activist of the Republican Party, there's not enough of them to elect a president. So why bother? I mean, the whole thing's a shit show. There are ramifications that may come from this. Roe versus Wade, landmark decision, 1973. It is essentially based on an American's right to privacy. That's a very sacred thing, right to privacy. So the Supreme Court ruled in 1973 that the Constitution does not prohibit anyone from having an abortion, obviously up until a certain point. And that is based on right to privacy. There are other key decisions that have been based on right to privacy that could be overturned. The Supreme Court, in the case of Greenwich versus the state of Connecticut in the 60s, that was a landmark case that declared banning birth control pills was unconstitutional. Yeah, I mean, the moral right in this country wanted to ban birth control pills because they were afraid that a lot of people would have sex if they didn't have to worry about getting pregnant. Well, maybe some of that did happen, but it was based on right to privacy, that you could take birth control. In 2003, Lawrence versus the state of Texas, another Supreme Court case. This is the case that ruled that all the sodomy laws on the books in states like Louisiana, all the anti-sodomy laws that ban sodomy, were unconstitutional. Now, the Louisiana legislature is so collectively stupid that they had a chance, but they refused to remove the sodomy law from the books because I guess they just can't bring themselves to admit that sodomy is legal. And here's the stupidity here. Sodomy is anal and oral sex. There are a hell of a lot of conservative Republicans that are enjoying both. Seriously. So how hypocritical is it to try to ban sodomy or to even perpetuate this ridiculous law? Look, it can be on the books in Louisiana and other states, but it doesn't mean shit because the Supreme Court has ruled on that. But will that be overturned? Same-sex couples based on right to privacy. And what I find really ironic is that if you look at the foundation of conservative ideology, what do you see? You see emphasis on the individual, less government, emphasis on individual freedom, essentially right to privacy. without the government getting involved in your life. It's based on right to privacy. That's conservative ideology. But when it comes to certain issues, there are conservatives who don't care. Now, by the way, I'm not lumping all conservatives and all Republicans in this together, because there are a hell of a lot of conservatives and a lot of Republicans that are just like me. They may not like abortion. They're against abortion, but they're pro-choice. Men impregnate women and can walk away. If men could get pregnant, this would not even be a discussion. But it's a discussion because men have controlled things for so long, and, a man can impregnate a woman and walk away, and the woman's stuck with the pregnancy. That doesn't seem fair. And that's why I believe a woman should have a choice. But I don't like the idea of abortion. And I don't think abortion should be used as birth control. So where do we go from here? I don't know. None of this is finalized, but I tell you, I think there's going to be backlash from Republicans and conservatives in this country against this notion of the Supreme Court overturning Roe v. Wade. And the three justices that Trump nominated and that ended up on the Supreme Court, Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh. Matt Kavanaugh was a quarterback in the NFL, I think. Brett Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barrett. They all said in confirmation hearings under oath that they understood that Roe v. Wade was the law of the land and that it protected a woman's rights. You know why they said that? Because they know the polls show that a majority of Americans, many of them conservatives and Republicans, support abortion rights. And they would not have been nominated if they didn't lie. So they were full of shit. They lied to you. They lied to me. They lied to everyone just to get on the Supreme Court, just so they can do what they're doing now, which is do things like overturn Roe v. Wade. So we'll see how this plays out. And I thought it was interesting that Mitch McConnell, Senate Minority Leader, was talking so much about the leak. And look, the leak was bad. It's bad that this thing was leaked. I don't think it's ever happened before in Supreme Court history. So that is bad. But Mitch McConnell was focusing mostly on the leak because he doesn't want to address the issue of, yes, this is what the Republican Supreme Court is trying to do. And it's a damn shame that the Supreme Court has become a political entity. It is supposed to be void of politics. But that is an outdated notion. It's political. So let's see how this plays out. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think we're going to lose other rights of privacy? Other things that involve our right to privacy? Do you think the Supreme Court is going to follow through with this? Or is this enough of a warning to America to cause backlash to the point where the Supreme Court decides differently? Stay tuned.